G'day, welcome to my little tale. My father told me, his father told him, and his father's father told him, and so on. To you and me, we may not understand a lot about this story, and you might learn a thing or two. You'll see there's a lot of life out there. Our story involves a guy called Steve. Steve lives in London. Let's begin.
To die, to sleep, to sleep.
You see, ever since Steve was young, he wanted to be an actor.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
For a narwhal living in a man's world, that isn't always the easiest thing. Little did Steve know today that his life was about to change. His day went like normal, following the usual routine, getting himself a coffee from the local cafe he liked to frequently visit. Between you and me, he had quite a crush on the local waitress. And I don't blame him, pretty little thing. But Steve was always way too shy to make any kind of move. Anyway. Welcome to the world famous Ealing Studios, where many a film has been made. And where Steve calls home. I know what you might have been thinking. Well, you'd be wrong. Unfortunately for Steve, this was as close as he got, taking out the trash for a bunch of movie stars and filmmakers. It must be said though that Steve wasn't particularly good at his job, but then he never really cared. Who really cared about him being a narwhal and all? It's a tough world out there if you're a little bit different. Now, I promised you that today was the day that Steve's life was about to change. Well, I haven't forgotten. It all started while Steve was having his lunch, and he spotted something on the wall nearby. This was Steve's moment to shine, to show the world he wasn't just a one-trick narwhal. Going into that audition room, he gave it his everything.
Ahab, my old nemesis.
To Steve, it was a success. And I can skip forward a little bit here and tell you, well, he did get the job. And it gave him the confidence to do one thing he'd always wanted to do.
Welcome! Get yourself down to Car Care Ealing. Our prices are mystical. Trust me, I'm a unicorn.
The ad went out across national television. Steve wasn't particularly proud of his work, but hey, his face was out there. Steve got a phone call. A private moment for Steve and his missus, but, well, sex sells, so I've been told. And that's our story. As I said, a strange one. You can believe it if you want, or don't. I don't really care. Just a little bit of interesting stuff that goes on in the world. Thanks for listening.